Dozens rushing to Azerbaijan's capital city airport to greet their loved ones who managed to survive the doomed Christmas Day flight. Survivors of the plane crash arrived back in Baku late Friday night, all injured but happy to be alive. A second plane touching down moments later, meantime, carrying the coffins of those killed in the tragedy. 38 people were killed on Christmas Day after a passenger jet heading from Baku to Russia's Grozny plunged towards the earth over the Caspian Sea and crashed into Kazakhstan's shoreline. Now, 3 days after the fateful flight, the victims are starting to be laid to rest. Dozens gathered in Baku early Saturday morning to wish their loved ones one final goodbye and pray for the recovery of the injured. Top U.S. intelligence officials, along with Azerbaijani ministers, say early indications are suggesting Russia may be to blame for the crash. Video from the collision site shows the plane's fuselage riddled with holes and gashes, something the White House believes is a result of Russian weapons fire. Moscow, meantime, says the plane encountered an intense bout of fog and potentially Ukrainian drones. Top defense officials say even if Russia did not directly shoot down the plane, a large part of the onus still remains on the Kremlin.
They should have closed the airspace because apparently there was some Ukrainian drone fighting and back and forth between the Russians and the Ukrainians over that airspace. So it's basically the fact that Russia's at war with Ukraine and didn't close off the airspace here to civilian aircraft that caused people to die. They were lucky that all 60-something people didn't die on that aircraft. But Vladimir Putin is obviously not willing to take responsibility so far, so we'll have to see what happens in terms of an investigation.
Speaking Saturday morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin did offer his condolences to Azerbaijan's president. In a phone call, Putin apologized for the tragic incident, but did not say Russia was responsible. He did, however, state that Russia's air defense systems were active when the plane attempted to land in Grozny, adding that the pilot was unable to reach the airport due to Ukrainian drones and therefore diverted east over the sea. Ukrainian officials, meantime, calling that a blatant lie, adding that Moscow, quote, forced the damaged jet to cross the sea, most likely in an attempt to conceal evidence of their crime. The Kremlin says Russia's investigative committee has opened a criminal case in relation to the disaster.